What's hiding in the darkest depths of our oceans? We've explored the moon more than we've explored the seafloor, and what little we've uncovered is enough to send shivers down your spine. From monstrous creatures to unexplainable objects, the ocean holds secrets so terrifying they make you question what else lurks below. Today, we dive into the top 10 scariest things found deep under the ocean. Number 10. The ghostly remains of the Titanic. The Titanic has been called the most famous shipwreck in history. Built to be unsinkable, it met its tragic fate in 1912 after striking an iceberg in the North Atlantic. More than 1,500 lives were lost, and the wreck slipped into the blackness of the ocean, vanishing for over 70 years. When it was finally discovered in 1985, resting over 12,500 feet below the surface, explorers were stunned by the sight. The giant ship was split in two, lying silently in the cold darkness. Around it were haunting reminders of the lives lost: shoes, dinner plates, glasses, and even unopened bottles of champagne. Walking through the site feels like stepping into a frozen graveyard, untouched for decades. But the eeriest part is what's happening to the Titanic today. Scientists found that bacteria in the ocean are eating away at the wreck, creating strange icicle-like structures called rusticles. These organisms are slowly consuming the ship, and experts predict that in a few decades, the Titanic might vanish completely, dissolved into the sea. What was once a mighty ship is now a ghost, crumbling silently in the darkness. Number 9. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a team of Swedish divers searching for shipwrecks stumbled upon something that's on the seabed of the Baltic Sea. They found a massive circular object about 200 feet in diameter. From above, it looked almost man-made. Some compared it to a UFO crash site. Others said it resembled the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. The divers reported something even stranger. As they got closer, their equipment began malfunctioning. Compasses spun out of control, radios cut off, and cameras shut down. It was as if the object was interfering with electronics. Scientists later suggested it might just be a natural rock formation sculpted by glaciers, but many remain unconvinced. Why would diving equipment fail near it? Why does it appear to have straight edges and sharp angles, unlike most natural formations? Whether it's geology or something not of this world, the Baltic Sea anomaly continues to fuel mystery and fear. Number 8. The Mariana Trench Bloop. The Mariana Trench is the deepest place on Earth, plunging nearly 7 miles into the ocean floor. Few have ventured into its crushing depths, but in 1997, scientists picked up a sound from this region that left them stunned. The noise, nicknamed the bloop, was unlike anything recorded before. It was so loud that multiple underwater sensors, located thousands of miles apart, all captured it at the same time. The first explanation was chilling. Perhaps it came from an animal. But if that were true, the creature would have to be larger than a blue whale, the biggest animal known to have ever lived. Later theories suggested it could have been the sound of ice breaking apart underwater, but not everyone is satisfied with that answer. To this day, many wonder if the bloop was something alive, something massive, lurking in the deepest waters where we cannot see. Number 7. The Lost City of Heracleion. For centuries, Heracleion was a city of legend. Ancient texts spoke of it as a wealthy Egyptian port, full of temples and treasures. But then, it simply disappeared. Historians thought it was a myth until the year 2000, when divers searching off the coast of Alexandria made a shocking discovery. Beneath layers of sand and mud, they found an entire city, preserved underwater. Huge statues, stone temples, jewelry, and coins lay scattered across the seabed. Even ancient shipwrecks were found resting within the ruins. What makes it eerie is not just the fact that Heracleion had been lost for over 1,000 years, but how suddenly it sank. Evidence suggests the city was swallowed by the sea in a single catastrophic event, possibly an earthquake or tsunami. Walking through the submerged ruins today feels like exploring a ghost city, frozen at the moment it was destroyed. Number 6. The Faceless Fish. The deep sea is full of creatures that defy imagination. In 2017, researchers off the coast of Australia came across a creature that stunned even seasoned scientists: the so-called faceless fish. At first glance, it looked like a smooth, pale blob with no eyes, no mouth, and no face. Its head was featureless, like a lump of skin, but hidden beneath its body was a small mouth, giving it an unsettling appearance. This bizarre fish actually hadn't been seen in over a century, and it lives thousands of feet below the surface, where no light can reach. To survive in complete darkness, it doesn't need eyes or a recognizable face. It drifts silently through the black waters, looking more like something out of a horror film than real life. The discovery reminded scientists that the deep ocean still hides countless creatures unlike anything we've seen before. Some of them are stranger than our wildest nightmares. So far, we've seen haunted shipwrecks, vanished cities, mysterious sounds, and creatures that make your skin crawl. And yet, this is only the beginning. These are just the shadows on the edge of the abyss. The deeper we go, the stranger and more terrifying the discoveries become. In Part 2, we'll reveal the top 5 scariest things ever found under the ocean, including skeletons, monstrous predators, and unexplained objects that defy science itself. So here's the question I'll leave you with tonight. If this is what we've uncovered in only 5% of the ocean, what could be waiting in the remaining 95%? Number 5. The skeletons of the deep. When most people think of skeletons, they imagine desert ruins or ancient tombs. But the ocean has its own hidden graves. Divers exploring certain regions have come across chilling discoveries: bones scattered across the seabed. Sometimes human, sometimes animal, sometimes unidentifiable. One of the most unsettling examples is found near the coast of Greece, where divers stumbled upon what looked like a pile of ancient bones resting on the seabed. Scientists later linked some of them to shipwrecks dating back centuries. Imagine being hundreds of feet underwater, your flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, only to reveal a silent cluster of skeletons staring back at you from the sand. But not all underwater skeletons can be explained so neatly. In places like cenotes in Mexico, divers have found entire collections of human remains. Some belong to ancient civilizations, others appear to be ritual sacrifices. Each skull and bone raises the same question: how many more secrets lie buried in the ocean's forgotten depths? Number 4. The underwater river. At first, this might sound impossible. How can there be a river at the bottom of the ocean? But in 2016, divers exploring the peninsula in Mexico discovered exactly that. Beneath the surface lies what looks like a flowing river, complete with banks, currents, and even fallen trees. It's called a cenote river, formed when layers of fresh water and salt water separate due to their different densities. The result is an illusion so powerful, it feels like you're swimming above another world. But while it's breathtaking, it's also terrifying. The river is made of hydrogen sulfide, a gas that's toxic to humans. Divers describe the experience of entering it as sinking into a dreamlike fog, where visibility drops and strange shapes drift in the haze. To get lost in that otherworldly river could mean never coming back. It's one of the most haunting natural discoveries beneath the waves. Number 3. The colossal squid. For centuries, sailors spoke of monsters with tentacles long enough to drag entire ships beneath the waves. Most dismissed these tales as myths until science proved otherwise. In 2007, researchers in Antarctica captured the first live colossal squid, measuring over 30 feet long and weighing nearly half a ton. It was unlike anything most people had ever seen. Its tentacles were lined with sharp hooks instead of simple suckers designed to rip into prey. Its eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, were each the size of a dinner plate, perfectly adapted for spotting victims in the deep darkness. The scariest part: scientists believe the one we caught was just a juvenile. That means there could be even bigger ones lurking in the black waters of the Southern Ocean. To this day, colossal squids remain one of the least understood predators of the deep. And knowing they exist makes those old sailor stories feel a lot less like myths. Number 2. The Yonaguni Monument. Off the coast of Japan lies one of the most debated and mysterious underwater discoveries ever made. Found in the 1980s by a diver, this massive rock formation looks shockingly like the ruins of a man-made structure. It features flat terraces, right angles, and even what appear to be staircases carved into the rock. Some claim it's proof of an ancient civilization that predates history, sunk long ago by rising seas. Others believe it's just a natural formation shaped by earthquakes and erosion. But here's the eerie part. Divers exploring Yonaguni have reported feeling strange sensations, as though the monument carries an unsettling energy, swimming through its shadowy corridors, surrounded by massive stone blocks. It feels less like diving and more like trespassing into a forgotten world. Whether natural or artificial, the Yonaguni Monument remains one of the ocean's greatest mysteries and one of its most intimidating. Number 1. The unexplained black hole of the ocean. Finally, we reach the most unsettling discovery of all: the ocean's underwater black holes. These are not like the black holes in space, but they're just as terrifying. Scientists call them brine pools. They're essentially lakes of toxic water sitting at the bottom of the ocean. One of the most famous brine pools lies in the Gulf of Mexico, discovered by deep-sea submersibles. From above, it looks like a dark lake inside the ocean, with clear, shimmering edges that make it appear unreal. The water inside is so salty and filled with chemicals like methane and hydrogen sulfide that it's completely deadly. Any fish or crab that wanders inside dies almost instantly. Their bodies are often seen lying around the pool's edges, like offerings to some hidden abyss. Explorers describe the pools as eerie, almost supernatural places. It's like looking at a door into another world, a world that kills anything foolish enough to enter. Scientists believe these pools may even hold unique microbial life never seen before. But one thing is certain: they're some of the deadliest and most haunting discoveries ever made under the sea. So there you have it, the top 10 scariest things ever found deep under the ocean. From ghostly shipwrecks to colossal monsters, from lost cities to toxic underwater lakes, the sea continues to remind us how little we know about our own planet. We've only explored a fraction of what's down there. Think about that for a moment. If in just 5% of the ocean we've uncovered cities, skeletons, and creatures stranger than our wildest imagination, what could be waiting for us in the other 95%? The next time you stand at the edge of the shore, looking out into the endless horizon, remember this: the ocean is not just a place of beauty and life, it's also a place of secrets, fear, and mysteries we may never fully understand.